Are you ready for this one? You know how I say, like, oh, one thing, one thing, one thing. If you do any one of these one things, you could absolutely shift into something amazing. So not everybody likes the same one thing. This one is critical for everyone. You don't get around this one. The one thing to shift into, well, call it 5D, call it 6, 7, 10, I don't care. We don't name things when we go to the other side. But if you want to really focus on that 5D, which means that we transcend the three-dimensional world, and the fourth dimension is time, linear time, which doesn't exist, so you don't want to be stuck in that. So you want to go past time and past all the physical world where we transcend into a space where we're doing some serious stuff. This is it. This is the one thing that every person must focus on to go to 5D. You don't do it, you don't go. I suggest you do it now because we have a couple things coming up. It's 2022. Expect it by 2024, okay? You got a couple years, but you better get started right now. I'm going to share the one thing to 5D. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Maybe if I took the hat off, it wouldn't be so hot. It's just the humidity, you know, I love it here. Wild Kingdom. All right, you ready for this? My mission on this planet is to help you break through fear. Fear is the one barrier. It's a low frequency, it's ego-driven, it's separation, which creates conflict, which creates everything out there that's very unpleasant. Fear, it makes you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and with the sweats, what's going to happen in my future? How am I going to pay my bills? Is my boyfriend going to leave me? Okay, so why do I mention fear? Fear's a lower frequency, and I want to talk to you about getting things together right now. We're in it. The big event is happening now. It's not something that happens in a day. Aliens drop in and take us off in a spaceship. What happens after that? You're still a person that has to function in the role that you chose. Problems aren't just all solved. When are we going to go to 5D? I don't know. Guess what? Here's the one thing. So, fear is a block to manifesting the things you desire. When you conquer this, when you master it, I should say, and you break through it, you don't eliminate it. You're on planet Earth. It's not going away. It's part of the journey. It's not a problem anymore. What is that? It's a frequency. Here's the one thing. And I'm going to explain in detail how this works. So don't miss out on the rest of this video. Nothing counts except for the frequency. Nothing counts except for frequencies. What's behind a frequency? Love, compassion, total acceptance, unity, low frequency. Separation, judgment, conflict, ego. No matter what you label these, it's either a higher or a lower frequency. What's behind it is irrelevant. The high frequency counts. Now I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna demonstrate something. Well, no, I'll explain something. Envision this. I take you and we get up on a cloud. I do this with Dolores Cannon, my hypnosis technique. We go on a cloud and we go out into space and we're this beautiful group of light beings and we go, oh, there's planet Earth. Oh yeah, I remember that. Master school. Master school. We all signed up. Remember that when we signed up for that? Oh, what did you do? And I had an argument, and then my parents abused me, and then I didn't forgive them. And what'd you do? Well, I was feeding homeless people, and but then I dealt with my own issues. And talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. Because what we do when we go up into that space, and we do view our performance here, believe me. But all we know is the end result of whatever the decisions we are making. Now hear me out. When we're out in the cosmos, looking down on planet Earth, all we can read are frequencies. I don't hear what you're saying. I don't know right or wrong. This is why somebody said, I don't know if I can deal with that there's no such thing as right or wrong. If you think of it this way, this will make so much more sense for you. It's just a frequency. Okay? So we're not judging it. This is why there's no right or wrong. You're just choosing a lower frequency, which keeps you in a learning mode, a much more challenging learning mode. It's not wrong. It's just part of your journey that you chose. And so if you choose a low frequency, regardless of the results of that, separation, murder, abuse, anger, depression, all those things are just results of the choice of the frequency. So we don't label all those. When we're out in the cosmos looking at things, we just see the frequencies. So when I see you, all I'm going to see is a frequency, and you're going, and the other person's going, and I'm going, I can't hear anything, but oops, I see two low frequencies. I don't hear you going, and you should be taking care of the homeless, and you are not doing the right thing, and blah, blah. You getting this? It's a low frequency. Conflict, arguments, judgment, you're on a low frequency. It's the same as the other person. Yeah. Now what? How are you going to go to fifth? Nobody lives in the fifth dimension arguing or being right. That's ego. Right and wrong is ego. It's naming, it's taking a side, it's judging. So when you take my courses, what do I teach you guys all the time? Self-empowerment, total acceptance. In other words, self-empowerment is, I can make any choices I want, but so can the other person. And neither of us is right or wrong, because a high frequency means total acceptance and unconditional love, means that none of that matters. It's the total acceptance and unconditional love that does. You have to master this. 5D is a frequency. It's not a place. And so those of you who want to, like, when's it going to happen? It's like, don't understand that everything's going on at the same time. If you can't wrap your head around it, don't try to. You don't have to understand it, because no human really can. If every thought of mine is of unconditional love, compassion, if you don't feel like you can love somebody, then you don't have to go there. Try and understand that absolutely everybody comes from something that drives their decisions. And if they're in a low frequency, they may not see the light outside that, basement to know that it exists. This is where we become catalysts for a positive change, is that when we raise our frequency and we are there to give the love and compassion to even the least of us, that's how we make the change. You wouldn't feel fear if you knew that you were in control of everything and that everything had purpose. And so when the challenges come, it's not that they don't come, because we chose planet Earth, master school. You're saying, I came here to eat bonbons. No, you forgot you came here to be challenged. But those challenges will lessen the more you master them. All right, so please subscribe and share these with everyone who wants to, freely watch it. These are free videos. We're showing people how to launch businesses online. All right, buckle up. We got about 2 years before we hit another really big event, a big one, okay? Not going to talk about that right now. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. I love you unconditionally, no matter what. Even if you leave a crappy comment on my channel. Blessings. Namaste.